Hello, dear students. This is Sushma Singh, and I welcome you all to today's session, wherein I'm going to give you the core of a short story named The Third Level from Vistas book Standard 12 CBSE in a very coherent way with all key sentences which will help you to write the answers very precisely and to the point. This short story is written by an American author, Jack Finney, who is well known for his science fiction and thrillers. First and foremost, let me give you the introduction of the story. The third level is based on the idea of time travel and escapism. Indeed, it is a fine amalgamation of fantasy and reality. It takes us back in past time of 1894, which was more peaceful, secure and serene because the world in 1894 had not seen two of the deadliest world wars. The author is able to bring out a common man's craving for peace and security. Like any common man, Charlie, the protagonist, too wanted a transient relief from the complexities of the modern life. The third level is a medium of escape for Charlie. The story further makes the reader realize that in dwelling too long in our fantasy world, we run the danger of losing our grip on reality. Here we begin with the story. In reality, the Grand Central Station of New York has two levels, but Charlie, the protagonist, who is 31 years old, dweller of the city, not only does he believe in the existence of this hypothetical third level at Grand Central Station, but also claims to have been there. Even though presidents of major railroads in New York deny its existence. He visited his friend Sam, who was a psychiatrist, to talk about his experience of the third level of Grand Central Station. When Charlie's wife, Louisa, and his friend Sam heard about his account, they were worried that Charlie was losing his grip on reality. The psychiatrist did not believe it and called Charlie's theory of finding third level a waking dream wish fulfillment and even rationalized, saying that it was only a product of his imagination as he was unhappy. On hearing this, Charlie's wife got infuriated, but Sam made her understand that in the modern world, people had insecurities, trial and tribulation, fear and worries which they wished to escape. Charlie's all other friend concurred with the doctor when he said that his hobby of stamp collection was also a temporary refuge from harsh realities. They all found the argument very logical. Charlie, however, was in total disagreement with what others said. He defended himself from the allegation of escaping from the real world, stating that his grandfather pursued this hobby of stamp collection, yet he was a happy man. Even Roosevelt, the American president, who was also a stamp collector, never ran away from any reality. Now we will come to know how, after all, Charlie reached the third level. He said that, being late, he decided to take a subway to Grand Central Station because it was faster than bus. So just like everyone else, even he had gone down the steps to the first level where the trains were like those in the 20th century, and then further he walked down another flight to the second level where the suburb trains left from. And after walking down to the second level, he found an arched doorway heading for the subway and got lost. Now, this was not unusual as he had lost his ways a couple of times earlier too while taking the subway. He narrated that once while walking into that long tunnel, he entered the lobby of the Roosevelt Hotel and another time he emerged at an office building. To Charlie, the fast-growing Grand Central Station with new corridors, doors, and staircase at times seemed to be a maze. He even compared them to the tree's invisible route. But this time, when he took sharp left and went down a short flight of stairs, something unique happened. He had reached an unknown place that seemed distant in time. So, to him, reaching the third level was just a coincidence. So, quite unexpectedly, when Charlie reached the third level, he found everything delved deep in the old style. He saw that the rooms on the third levels were smaller and had fewer ticket windows. He also wondered at the old-fashioned train engines. He saw men with long mustaches, women dressed in the old French style, a man pulling out his watch from the pocket. He saw gas lamps and brass spittoons. All these convinced him that it was not the second level. And the newspaper The World, which bore the date June 11, 1894, and the headline about President Cleveland, confirmed that he had traveled back in time. Now he was greatly excited and amazed when he reached 1894, which was a peaceful time before the two world wars. He had always wanted to travel to Galesburg with his wife Louisa. Seizing the opportunity, he decided to escape from the rat race by buying two rail tickets to travel his childhood town of Galesburg in Illinois, which is a wonderful and peaceful place. However, on seeing the current currency, the clerk at the ticket counter suspected Charlie for tendering fake currency, so threatened him for police, and Charlie ran out of the third level out of fear of being caught, and soon he found the way back to the present. Charlie was so desperate to visit Galesburg that the very next day during lunch he exchanged $300 for old style currency amounting to some 200 only. Even the loss did not bother him much, as he believed that in Galesburg everything would be cheaper and that he could manage even with small amount. He tried many times, but unfortunately he could never again find the mysterious arched doorway leading to the third level of Grand Central Station, because this third level was not a reality, just an imagination of Charlie. His wife worried about him, so she asked him not to see the third level again. And Charlie also gave up his finding and resumed his stamp collecting to pass his time. Proceeding further, we find that Charlie came to know that his friend Sam was missing and no one knew about his whereabouts. But much to their surprise, Louisa and Charlie got proof of the existence of the third level. Actually, what happened when one night while looking at the first day covers of his grandfather, Charlie found an unfamiliar stamp cover dated back to 1894. It had been mailed to his grandfather at his home in Galesburg on July 18, 1894. And Charlie, on opening the envelope, was surprised to discover a letter from Sam addressed to him. The letter confirmed Charlie's belief in the existence of the third level. And with regard to Galesburg, it stated that it was a romantic, peaceful, and a very nice city where people enjoyed living with comfort and peace. So Charlie was advised to keep on looking for the third level. That was a worth-seeing place. And Sam was engaged in a nice little hay, feed, and grain business, something that he had always wished to do. Now, student, here it is very important. Can you think, why did Sam start a new business in Galesburg? Now, this was because people at that time never had burdened lives. And they always lived with comfort and peace. So they never suffered from any mental illness. Now, Sam was the one with whom Charlie used to share his ideas about Galesburg. And he got so much influence from Charlie's glowing description of Galesburg that he really visited. This revealed the fact that Sam too was devoid of peace and tranquility and needed solace. He was smarter than Charlie. From Charlie's experience, he had learned that one could never get back to the third level once returned from there. Keeping this in mind, Sam arranged to get the old currency from the shop and went to the railway station, bought the tickets, and reached the 1894 Galesburg. Here, let me tell you what is first day covers. Usually, when a new stamp is issued, stamp collectors buy that stamp, paste it on an envelope having blank letter in it. He mails the letter to himself. The letter is never opened because he knows that he has himself just put a blank paper in it. This envelope is called the first day cover. Let's now take a look at the conclusion of the story. We find that Charlie has roped his wife and friend Sam into his world, saying that he had been to the third level, which we all know that third level at Grand Central Station is not there in the reality. It has only two levels. He also says that Sam had bought old currency and his letter has been found in his first day covers. Now, again, this is impossible because first day covers usually have a blank paper in the envelope and these are never opened. So, we can conclude that all these are Charlie's figment of imagination. It was actually a medium of escape for him. Charlie could not face the challenges of modern world. And as an escape or relief, actually what happens, the mind tries to heal the present chaos by transporting to that peaceful past that hadn't seen the repercussions of war. Thus, in order to combat the stress of the modern life, we start daydreaming and adopt an escapist theory like Charlie. Now, we also see that the ending is very ironical because Charlie's friend Sam, who was a psychiatrist, who told him that the third level was just a figment of Charlie's mind and just a medium to escape the stark, harsh realities of modern life, has finally stepped back into the past and is enjoying the best it has to offer. Now, this Sam's visiting Galesburg confirms that majority of us are stressed out today and are craving to enjoy a tension-free, peaceful and happy life. I'm sure that you all must have guessed that escapism is the major theme of this story. Yes, the third level signifies an escape from the atrocities of the modern world that is full of insecurity, fear, war, worry, and hatred. One feels caged by the modern advancement, leading people to look for ways of escape. The third level on the Grand Central Station was just a medium escape for Charlie. The story also deals with time travel, which is the concept of moving backward or forward to different points in time with a desire to keep that time alive in the complexities of the present. Here are a few important questions from the chapter, and I would like you all to solve them so that you can enrich your understanding of the story. Take help from the explanation which I have just given to you. Keep watching, keep learning, and yes, please don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. Thank you.